Reverse Psychology 12 Lessons on How to Use Rejection to Your Favor. A Sculpted Grace Original. Intro. Have you ever felt like life was testing you on purpose, closing every door, cutting every rope, leaving you standing alone? What if those moments weren't curses at all, but invitations to awaken your strength, to master your emotions, and to learn the ancient art of calm under fire? Welcome to Sculpted Grace. Today, we journey deep into 12 timeless Stoic lessons that will help you stand unshaken no matter what the world throws your way. Stoicism isn't about being emotionless, it's about being emotionally anchored. It's not about pretending nothing hurts, it's about knowing pain won't break you. These teachings from Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus have outlived empires for one reason: they work. They turn hardship into growth, chaos into clarity, and ordinary people into forces of composure and power. So, if you're tired of reacting, worrying, and doubting, stay with me. These lessons are more than words, they're tools forged in the fire of history. Let's step into the arena of life and learn to walk through storms with grace. 1. Control what you can, accept what you can't. Every storm starts with something you can't control: a word spoken against you, a door slammed shut, a plan that falls apart. The untrained mind fights the storm, the Stoic studies it. Epictetus said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." That single truth separates chaos from calm. When you waste energy trying to command the uncontrollable, frustration grows. But when you master your reaction, freedom begins. The Stoic doesn't ask, "Why me?" but "What now?" That shift in focus transforms obstacles into opportunities for self-command. Picture this: you lose a job, a relationship ends, or a project collapses. Instead of spiraling, you step back. You ask, what part of this is mine to shape? You can't change the outcome, but you can change your discipline, your habits, your focus. Every disappointment becomes data for improvement. It's not resignation, it's redirection. You stop fighting reality and start aligning with it, steering your ship, not the sea. The calm that follows isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Because once you master acceptance, no storm can drown you, it can only carry you forward. To respond, don't react. Emotion is energy. Reaction is letting it explode outward, response is guiding it inward with control. When someone insults you, your ego wants war. But Stoicism whispers, pause. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." In that pause lies your power, the choice between chaos and composure. Every reaction you master makes you stronger, every one you lose drains your peace. Think of a heated moment: a friend betrays you or a stranger disrespects you. Your heartbeat races, your thoughts spiral. The Stoic breathes. They ask, does this deserve my peace? Usually, it doesn't. They respond with logic, not impulse. This isn't emotional suppression, it's emotional mastery. You train your mind like an athlete trains muscle through repetition, reflection, and restraint. In doing so, you send a message to the world: I decide what moves me. When you learn to respond instead of react, you stop being a puppet of circumstance and become the sculptor of your own calm. 3. See obstacles as opportunities. Every obstacle is a disguised invitation to grow. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." That's not poetry, it's survival strategy. To the Stoic, failure isn't an end, it's a mirror reflecting where strength must grow. The fire that burns others becomes the forge that hardens you. Imagine you're rejected for a dream role. The average person sulks. The Stoic learns. They analyze their weakness, sharpen their craft, and come back stronger. Adversity, once seen through a Stoic lens, stops feeling personal and starts feeling purposeful. You stop asking, "Why did this happen to me?" and start asking, "What is this teaching me?" Each hardship becomes a classroom, each loss a lesson in resilience. The obstacle doesn't disappear, you evolve beyond it. And that's the Stoic's secret weapon: they don't avoid pain, they use it. 4. Focus on character, not reputation. Reputation is smoke, it shifts with gossip and disappears with time. Character is stone, it stands long after words fade. Seneca said, "Be your own spectator." In a world obsessed with being seen, the Stoic's goal is to be, not to perform. Fame, approval, recognition, they're fragile currencies. Character is wealth that never depreciates. When you stop living for applause, something powerful happens: peace. You no longer need to chase validation because your worth comes from integrity, not impressions. You show up on time, tell the truth, keep your word, not for credit, but because that's who you are. Even when no one's watching, especially then. The Stoic knows that inner virtue is its own reward. So when criticism comes, and it can't shake what's rooted in truth. Build character like you'd build a fortress. Every honest action lays a brick. Every disciplined choice raises a wall. And soon, no rumor, insult, or opinion can reach you. 5. Practice voluntary discomfort. Strength is not born in comfort, it's built in discomfort. Seneca practiced sleeping on the floor and wearing rough clothing, reminding himself, "Is this what I feared?" When you train your mind to handle discomfort voluntarily, life's involuntary challenges no longer break you. Try it: skip luxuries for a week, walk instead of drive, eat simply, wake earlier. These aren't punishments, they're practice. You're teaching your body and mind that you need very little to thrive. When the world suddenly strips comfort away, illness, loss, uncertainty, you'll already be ready. You'll face hardship not as a victim, but as a veteran of your own discipline. The Stoic uses discomfort like an athlete uses weight, resistance for growth. Each act of voluntary struggle is a whisper to yourself: I can handle more than I thought. 6. Let go of ego. Ego is the silent poison that ruins strength from within. It whispers that you're superior, invincible, owed something. But the Stoic knows humility is freedom. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire yet wrote nightly reminders of his insignificance. Soon you will have forgotten all things, and all will have forgotten you. When you accept how small you truly are, pride loses its grip. Imagine winning a big success, praise floods in. Ego says, I deserve this. The Stoic says, I was fortunate, others helped. That mindset guards you from arrogance and keeps your growth open-ended. Likewise, when you fail, ego screams, I'm worthless. The Stoic replies, I am learning. Both extreme superiority and self-pity are ego wearing masks. True humility balances both. It says, I'm a student of life, nothing more, nothing less. When ego dies, wisdom begins to breathe. 7. Remember you will die. Memento mori. Remember that you will die not to darken life, but to brighten it. Death is not a threat, it's a teacher. It strips away trivial concerns and forces you to see what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius reflected, you could leave life right now, let that determine what you do and say and think. Visualize this, every morning you wake up, one less sunrise remains in your life. Would you still waste it in resentment, comparison, or fear? The Stoic, aware of death's presence, lives with urgency and grace. They forgive faster, love deeper, and waste less time. Mortality isn't a curse, it's clarity. It reminds us that the only time we ever truly own is this moment. And once you grasp that truth, every breath becomes sacred. You stop postponing life and start living it fully right here, right now. 8. Do your duty without expectation. We often act to be seen, rewarded, or praised, and that's why we burn out. Epictetus advised, do your duty, let others think what they will. The Stoic separates effort from outcome. You control the input, never the applause. Consider an artist creating a masterpiece no one may ever see. To the Stoic, that act still matters because excellence is its own reward. You work hard not for fame but for fulfillment. You give your best because it's who you are, not because someone's watching. This mindset turns frustration into peace. The world might not always acknowledge your virtue, but you will sleep soundly knowing you lived by principle. And in the long run, that inner peace is worth more than any fleeting recognition. 9. Keep your circle small and strong. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Seneca advised, associate only with those who make you better. Stoics choose depth over popularity, quality over quantity. True friends don't flatter your ego, they sharpen your soul. Picture your inner circle as a campfire. Too many people crowding around it will smother the flame. But a few honest companions, loyal, wise, encouraging, will keep it burning bright. Surround yourself with those who challenge you to stay disciplined, calm, and kind. Distance from gossip, drama, and envy isn't isolation, it's protection. The Stoic doesn't seek crowds, they cultivate connection. Because when the storm comes, and it always does, it's not noise you need beside you, but strength. 10. Practice gratitude daily. Gratitude is the art of realizing how much you already have. Seneca wrote, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." Gratitude shifts the mind from scarcity to sufficiency. Start small. Each morning, write down 3 things you're thankful for: a meal, a sunrise, a kind word. Gratitude is not denial of pain, it's defiance against despair. When you train your mind to notice blessings, you disarm negativity. The Stoic understands that happiness isn't about adding more, it's about appreciating enough. Gratitude transforms ordinary days into gifts and turns burdens into lessons. When you live with thankfulness, life stops feeling like a race and starts feeling like a reward. 11. Speak little, listen more. Epictetus reminded his students, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Words once spoken can't return, and the Stoic knows silence often says more. Listening is a form of respect and intelligence. Think of the calm person in a heated debate: silent, attentive, measured. Their quiet unnerves those addicted to noise. Speaking less doesn't mean weakness, it means strategy. You conserve energy, learn more, and act with precision. The Stoic's silence isn't emptiness, it's observation. When you finally speak, your words land with weight because they're rooted in thought, not impulse. In a world obsessed with shouting, your calm voice becomes the loudest presence in the room. 12. Live with purpose. All Stoic wisdom leads here: purpose. Without it, discipline feels like duty; with it, discipline feels like destiny. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire with humility because he believed his purpose was service, not glory. Purpose gives pain meaning, struggle direction, and success soul. Ask yourself, why am I here? The answer needn't be grand. Maybe it's to create, teach, nurture, or simply improve a little each day. When you align actions with purpose, every task from working to loving to enduring becomes sacred. The Stoic wakes each morning with quiet resolve, to live according to reason and virtue, to leave the world a bit better than he found it. That's legacy, not wealth or fame, but integrity lived daily. And when your purpose fuels your actions, life stops being something you endure, it becomes something you embody. Conclusion. We've walked through 12 lessons, 12 torches from the hands of ancient Stoics lighting our modern path. Their message is timeless: you can't control life, but you can master yourself. You can't escape pain, but you can decide how it shapes you. Stoicism doesn't promise a life without storms, it teaches you to become the calm within them. So the next time rejection stings, failure strikes, or uncertainty clouds your day, remember, these aren't punishments, they're practice. Every obstacle is a chance to train your mind, strengthen your heart, and sculpt your grace. If this message resonates, hit that like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Comment strength in serenity to show you're walking this path with us. Because here on Sculpted Grace, we're not chasing an